Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you my little collection of Oriental arms. These are weapons that I collected mainly in various journeys to the Middle East and North Africa, where I backpacked quite a lot 10 to 15 years ago, and I would like to tell you a bit about the history of these objects and the techniques used to craft them. So to start with, I am going to show you a forearm protection which came from an armor, and this is coming from Iran, Persia. Like the other objects I'm going to show you, it is not extremely old. Most of them are from the 19th century, and the interesting thing here is that these motifs, these drawings, use a technique very common in the Middle East called damascene. It is a heel of metal inlaid on the surface of the piece and polished to get these motifs. Still coming from Persia, this dagger, it is called a kinjal, that I found in Shiraz, Iran, where I backpacked for about a month, quite a long time ago. The blade is not in a very good state. You see the stains of rust, but the interesting thing here are these little motifs on the pommel, extremely delicate. This is made of silver, and you see the contrast between the motifs that have been engraved and darker parts. If you look at the details here, also made of floral decorations, you see these dark parts. It is another technique called niello, using metals like lead and copper to get this black surfacing and make the motifs appear more clearly. This is probably my favorite piece for the beauty of the decoration. Still staying in the same region, we have another kinjal. This one comes from the Caucasus, north of Iran and east of Turkey. It is a more recent piece, probably the beginning of the 20th century, with a simpler decoration. The pommel is made of wood, but the interesting thing here is this, the blade, which has been treated with niello, as I said. These tools that make the black drawings appear on it, and there is a little gold decoration on the blade. Now if we look at the last piece from Persia, which probably comes from the middle of the 19th century, we have this shield here, a round shield. There has been a damascening on its surface with metallic hills used to inlay on the surface, and then this has been hammered and polished, and you see the quality and beauty of this design, made of a lot of floral decoration, because as you may know, representations of animals or even men are discouraged and sometimes prohibited in Islam. Now if we go west to North Africa, I have this big dagger or small sword called a Fleece Ax, which is coming from Algeria, north of Africa. This one I found for a few bucks in a fair. It was sold by someone who did not really know what it was. It is not in a very good state. You see that pieces are missing. The blade is not extraordinary either, but this was probably used contrary to these other weapons that were more ornamental. And if we still go west, we will reach Morocco with this dagger, which is the traditional Moroccan dagger. This one must be from the second half of the 19th century. It is called a Koumia, and the quality of craftsmen in Morocco has always been rather impressive. The blade is not exceptional, but the decoration of the pommel and the quality of the engraving are really remarkable. I'm going to show the scabbard a bit more. You see how well made these decorations of silver are made. There are these little rings to keep it attached to a belt, and once again these floral regular motifs used for the decoration. Many blades used in these weapons came from Europe, in fact, because they were cheaper. So many of them, especially from Germany, in the 19th century. This is a Koumia too. Like the previous one, it also has the traditional shape, and the treatment of the scabbard is also quite interesting. last but not least, my favorite piece is also from Morocco. It is this saber called a nimcha, Arabic for sword. The pommel is made of wood, and you have these killians, which are typical of the Moroccan swords. And here, what I found exceptional is the quality of the blade and the scabbard. I'm going to show you the blade first. The blade is made of steel with little gutters that made it easier to penetrate and then take it out of a body. And there are inscriptions on the blade, probably in Arabic, but they are quite difficult to read. So if someone knows what it says, I would be interested in knowing. And the other interesting thing is the scabbard, which also is highly and very well decorated with this technique of yellow that I mentioned before. You see that the drawings have been dug on the scabbard and filled with a black metal, which is in fact an alloy of various metals treated with sulfur. And this one I found in, I think, Casablanca, the political capital city of Morocco. Well, I hope you found these objects beautiful, and please let me know if you want to see more videos with objects and